It goes like this. Ronnie, yes. How are you? I'm fine. Don't waste the people's time. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it real quick. And I go real quick and I try to explain what I see, and then I'm not happy with the video. And I go too slow and I say it's Sunday. Well, they're not watching you right now. If they want to watch you, they're watching. I know there's a lot of information in here if it's any pertinent to anything, but in the first part of this scenario, I'll keep it a short video. Baccarat. It's a game at the casino. It's a game, apparently it comes from somewhere in Asia, and where closest to 9 wins. The thing is, there's rules. Each side gets 2 cards, and then depending on what cards you get is whether or not you have a chance to get closer to 9. If you get 8 or 9, it is called a natural. If you get a 7, an 8, and a 9, you cannot take another card. 7 gets and 6 is over. Nobody gets another card. But if you have 6 and a certain number, you can get another card. But the funny thing about Baccarat is when 3 shows up, for I'm not sure if it's the player or the bank, 8, okay, will stop everything, because 8 and 3 is 11. Now, if the house had the 8 and the dealer had the 8, right? If the house had the 8 or the player had the 8, it's not an 8. I'm talking 3 card against any other certain cards. Well, anyways, let me just show you what happens in this scenario, right? When this happens, 10 will all equal to 0. 10, okay, in numbers is 1 plus 0 equals 1. But in Baccarat, all 10 combinations will equal 0. 10 equals to 39, and 0 equals to 64, equals the total of 103, the number to Mercury, and it is a touchdown. Because 1 is inside of 0 and has nothing to do with anything other than splitting 0 up into 4. 4 and 1 now comes out in this mathematical equation in which I multiply. I'm working on the numbers up to 24 right now for the 24 hours in the clock, right? And don't forget, if there's 2 areas for the clock, I'll multiply it by 2. Okay, but let's not talk about that. In which right here, let me try to fix this light again. It seems to happen in all the videos. Okay, in this scenario over here, the S letter, or which also stands for A and I, it also says I know when you transfer from English to French, is 57, the number in the moon. The number the queen holds is 10. 10 is held at 64, 73, 28, and 19, right? But 28, okay, is the cycle, and it is black. 19 is red, 28 is black. Now what happens over here is 5 and 7 is 12, and 10 become 22. That's 4. 6 and 7, 22, Grover Cleveland. Spirit is 76 on the moon. Instead of saying 1, 57 and 1, which will give me 58, which will give me 4 again. This also goes, because why? 1 plus 9 is 10, but I'm not doing it that way. I'm going 3 times 19 equals 57, and I'm doing it this way. This 0 will now give me 6. I didn't do that scenario. 6 over here, 16 and 57 is 73. That will mark me a 10, except I did it a little different. I went to 12, which became life, which will become 28 the cycle. 2 and 8 is 10. Then we get the 3. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 10 is 13. And back down to 19. 0 equals 6. We have 19 again. 10. That means 4 and 1 go together. 4 is the 4 corners or the 4 in the inside. The 1 spirit of the 4. 44 or 22. 22 is crossways here. 44, 22. 2 and 2. Boom, boom. 1 move. 1 move. It's 1 move. You remember in 2 videos ago, we were talking about this arm, if it was turning. Now let's say this is the sweeper arm and it sweeps everything, right? But let's say this is a V arm. What the V arm is this is the V arm. Works like this, right? It could be the same arm, 1 arm, right? Well, they're all separate on the clock anyways, right? We have a pin in the middle of the clock separating everything. But we're not going to talk about that. The V arm starts like this at 10:10, and I'm going to explain to you 10:10 in a minute. Okay, even though 10:10 is 610 minutes, becomes 616, becomes the half-life. What I want to show you is this one goes all the way down to here, and this one goes all the way down to here. Once they go down to here, when they both move at the same time, whoosh, they move from the 0 clock and they move into the middle at 10:10. They're between the 3, the 15-minute mark, 12 o'clock, and the 15-minute mark. Okay, and all they have to do is once at 10:10, they either go back up to 12 or down over to 3. But if it was the opposition over here and only the reflection, it would make the same move. So it's always making the same move. These two would come all the way down to the bottom and boom, there's your 30 minutes. I don't have to. I only have to move between here and here, 10-minute mark. There's 20 minutes left. 10 is the in-between number, 10:10. So if we start over here, in between a 10:10, okay, or we do the same thing, and 10:10 is the 2 o'clock mark here and the 10 o'clock mark there. And that is your 12. That's your electric company. The 2 and the 12 ball, and 2 and the 10 ball and pool. BJ. Okay, so imagine we have 20 minutes now. We have a total, but we don't, because every time you have an arm, you have to take away 2 minutes. There's only 28 minutes in an actual half a clock. There's 56 minutes in an hour, because the other minute, okay, is on the minimum. 30 is creation on each side of that number of 6 and 12. Have you ever looked at 12? One number is on the left side of the line and one number is on the right. It's almost like after 11, it's 11 and then 1 and then the center point and then 2. So this 20-minute mark, we're going to mark it at 20 minutes, is it goes over here. This is 10 minutes. It's not 10 minutes from 6. It's over to, yes, it's 10 minutes over from 6. That means there's 5 more minutes to 3 here, and there's 5 more minutes to 3 here. 5, 5, okay? And then on this side is 10 minutes, and then on this side it's 10, 10, 5, 5. So you work from over here from the 10, 10 position, and you work over here from the 4 position. From 4 to 3 is 1. From 2 to 3 is 1. 2, 3, and 3, 4 are the same thing. On the other side of clock, it's 9, 10, and 9, 8, and 9, 10, and 9, 8. And then it's 8, 7, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 8, 9. You see, it's only 1. The minute you hit the 9, this bar that was running in here is now touching the center bar in the middle of the 9, in which the 9 runs up to number 10 for 10, 10. I don't think I explained this properly. It's 10 minutes and 20 minutes and 10 minutes and 20 minutes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The altered current creation is 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. 2112 creates 33. 2112 is 33. And then 21, let me show you on paper. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and a continuous versus 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Now, if I start on this number over here, okay, if I start on this number over here, on 12, 12 plus 21 plus 12 equals to 45. 12, 24, 34, 44, 45. But if I go 21 and 12 and 21, it equals to 42, 52. 1, 2, 3, 4. It equals to 54, the sun and the fox. If I do 13 plus 31 plus 13, okay, you see, if I do it the first numbers this way, I just get 44. If I do the first numbers this way, I get 33. I get 33. I get 33. You just lift the dice up to the other side, I get 44. So somehow the reality works with numbers, right? So now we're going to go 31 plus 13 plus 31. This one will equal to 57. This one will equal to 75. And we can do the same thing for 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, in which we'll get 14 and 41 and 14, and we will get equals to, now we have the freedom of 55, in which we get 41 and 14 and 41. This one will equal to 14 and 14, 28, plus 41, the DNA cycle of the moon's freedom of 55, 41, 55, 65, 69 rotation. This one over here will get 82, 86, part of the 9 lives of the cat, the matrix mind. Either it's for or against us. 41, 82,
92, 96. Sorry, made a mistake. It's 96. Okay, same thing, rotation. 9 legs of the cat, 15 and 15 out of Mars. Now, if we go to 1, 5 plus 5, 1 plus 1, 5, and then 5, 1 plus 1, 5 plus 5, 1, because it's supposed to be that easy. This one is 81 Venus, right? A&E world, 81 Venus. And this one should be 110, 111, 112, 50, and 50 is 110, 115, 116, 117. The gateway, 711, 7 come 11 in the Venus world. Angel resident comes the king at the gateway. Sitting over here where the first number is the woman is the Q for 66 and 66. Mars, all about Mars, all about Mars. Now, if we continue on to this one at 21, this one will equal to 66, and this one will get 12, and this one will equal 66. And then we'll revert it. And then this one will get 12, and then this one will get 21. And this one will be 78, the gateway, and this one will be 87, same thing. And then this one over here will be 99. And this one over here will be 99. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, coming out of Pluto. I and R. This one over here will be 57, and 31 equals to 88, and plus 13 equals to 88. Then we reverse it again. Then we go this one plus 13, and then we go to plus 31. This one equals to 101. This one equals to 8, 9, 10, 11, 119, 911. 911 comes out of 44. 911 comes out. Then we add 31 over here. Somehow it's a mistake. Is this right? 31, 13, 57, 67, 77, 87, 88, 98, 101. Okay. And this one over here, 13. And this equals to 132. We now enter into the doorway. And this one equals to 132. And then we reverse them. 31 equals to 163, touchdown. And then 13, sorry. Wow, I can go on here forever. I shouldn't have started this, but I did. Let's continue on into the video. This one is plus 13 and plus 31. This equals to 145, and this is the area code of Montreal, 514. And this one equals to 163. We now have touchdown of the Fox right here, 368. The number is right here. I know you don't see this because I added 308, right? And it's what, 368. This one over here, okay, plus 41, plus 14. This one will equal to 100, 10, 10. And this one will equal to 100. Now we reverse it. Plus 14 equals to 114 Abraham, all the cards in the deck. Now we got plus 41 equals to 141. This is your DNA, KD, Kraft Dinner. Then this one over here, you add 51 equals 132. We're back to the doorway. And this one equals to 15 equals 132. 3. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's equal to the same thing. 132, 132. The doorways. A, B, C. A, C, M, B. Memory. MB memory. This is where the memory bank says to be. This is 132. 66 and 66 is equal to this number here, and it has to be. Plus 15 equals 147. 147, that's the way everything moves. Everything moves in the one spirit of the four passing freedom of the seventh gate, because the 4 balls get you on base. The 4th games get you into the next round. Plus 51 equals to the spirit in the church house, 3 and 8, electric company under the steeple. So this is the basic of what this does. Now, I wanted to get back to this again, and I'm a little far into it. I'll get back with you after. I'm going to repeat it. So this is the basis of 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and 12, 21 backwards and forwards. And yes, Messer, before I go, yes, DJ De Jesus. I really like that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And walk, yes, absolutely, absolutely. You can actually read where I'm going into, you've already read, or like you said, you may have written. For whatever it is, the message is out there, and I read what somebody already wrote, and I put it together, and I came up with this result. We are in a world right now where we can call it all the mightiest of the world, from the mightiest of your boss to the mightiest of the province, of the state, to who governs, and it doesn't matter what their names, whatever, as long as they're a governing piece or party of a group, then they get a name, whether it's his man or Islam or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's one of the parts of the system that's making this mechanism that we live in right now work, that is giving me the will to go ahead and try to find out where the beginning of this is, how to deter it. If we are, and it is real, that it is all a mind thing of energies, then we can actually restore the reality that used to be and get out all the bugs, the same way we restore our computers and get away the viruses. We can do the same thing, although they'll always try to come in. That's why we have to build a system by teaching the mind, which is the masses of the world, who create everything, that has entrapped us in everything. That's right. Everybody that has created everything has entrapped us in their own game, and it's working against you if you are part of the minority and you are not part of the 10% rich. Which means, yes, although there's only the mighty rich, 10% is way over it with 7 billion people. You'd be actually talking about 70 million people being super rich, and there's not 70 million people. So let's say the top 5%. It seems like a crazy small number that we work for the top 5% of where there's 10% rich, but really those 10%, they have nothing at all. Because $1 billion is nothing today. You got $1 million, you just may as well make it to the end of the line because you ain't got enough in line. A guy who's got $10 every day just to eat and pay his rent, he's got more than anybody because he has nothing to lose. Someone with nothing has nothing to lose. Someone with everything has to either give it up or lose it. But then again, say it some other way that's a little bit different. Did I say this number right here? No, this is 183. Yeah, it was 183. I made a mistake in the end over here. This was 183. 47 to 57 to 67 to 77. Okay. 36. The difference is 36. Absolutely. The difference is 36 in this number of Mars. Between 147, where's my calculator? Okay, and 183. This row of 3, who do you live with? 369. Who do you live with? 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 1, 1. 4 times 1, 16. 1 and 6, 7. Okay, 7 times 7 is 49. 4 and 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So it's all a relationship. It's all a relationship. Did I tell you anything in this video? Maybe not. Did I wake you up about something? Maybe I did. The big arm, the small arm. I have something in here that relates everything back to Pharaoh. Torah, Pharaoh, same word. Take away the P inside of it. P and T, 20 and 16, the light of day, 2016. You end up with Aro. You can Pharaoh the lands and build the cities. Cities and pharaohs can be running everything. But Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. For those who do come to the end, I'm going to be repeating this anyways. From the last video, when I said we have 362 days, okay, first of all, I should have finished off this, okay, which meant, okay, I'm going to have to re-come back and do this. I'm not going to add this on. I'm going to add this on to the next video as an add-on to the last video, because otherwise no one will ever see it, and I'll talk twice for something, because you never talk for nothing at all. Thank you for watching. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I've got so much more, and there's way too much. I got to slow down. Slow down and don't let so much come into the... Slow down. Da, da, da. What's that song again? Can somebody send me that song? Slow down.